Okay, so can I get in here? I can. If I... Oh yeah, perfect. So I can do that. Ah. So that was another reason why I wanted to do like this. I wanted to do such that if something blew up, like happened there, that I would be able to actually just simply reset it, put it back, and we'd be good to go if I forget to repair it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We are going to be doing a day 70 Horde here. Actually, the day count doesn't really matter as much, but I'm having a game stage of 438, and I will be running 24 concurrent zombies on this mountain kill chamber base. So let me give you a quick walkthrough how it is. So the zombies will be spawning here, 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 wherever, or even here, and then they'll be falling down or running in here. And I have two ways in, simply to split them up just a little bit and make it a little bit cooler. Plus, I wanted to have a space to put in some drought traps. I also have this trick with glass here and doors, so I can sort of stand behind there and sort of see if anything is coming here. But they'll be taking damage here, and then they'll be taking damage here as well. I did put in this special anti-Hawaiian feral thing because this location seems to have some really weird bug with the Hawaiians where they actually ignore me totally and they just want to go straight through all the walls in order to end up on a sort of behind there, and they don't even go for me. So they're not hungry for the player, but they're hungry for some concrete over there. So they end up here, and you know, then I had just to kill them in case they get stuck here, because they tend to. Anyway, so then they run over here, and here's where the kill chamber is. This is where I have all the dart traps. I have electric fences. I have the blade traps, so that they will be coming in here. They'll be stunned, they'll be hit by the dart traps, and then maybe they'll end up here if they are lucky or unlucky, depending on how I look at it. More dart traps, more blade trap, and the cool thing is that I can stand here, I can do that, and I can actually repair the blade traps. So if they get damaged, I can easily just repair them. I can actually repair this one as well, and this one. So if they really get damaged, I should be able to repair them because they probably will take a fair bit of damage. And then if I really need to, I can open up here. Someone had mentioned before that these ones will be degrading, which is the electric fences, which is true. But I can actually get in here, sort of, and just repair them. If I really need to, I can actually refill the dart traps as well. So it's a little bit cramped. I probably should have given myself a little bit more space to sort of go around, but you know, it is what it is. It sort of works, and all this is just concrete. This is not steel. So, but it probably should be okay because I don't think they'll be bashing it too much, and I could repair it if there's any damage. If a demolisher blows up, then maybe I'll have a little bit of problems, but you know, we'll see how that goes. I will be standing back here and taking shots and trying to take a headshot them to whittle down whatever is coming here, especially if there's any radiated, if there's any cops and demolishers, just to just make it a little bit easier for the traps to take care of them. So I'm going to get started here. I will be detaching the camera, and the way I do this is I go into F5 to get into third person. And then I do P, and then I do left square bracket, and that allows me to be here while also being outside. So the player will be here, so they'll be, all the zombies will be rushing for me, and I'll be obviously out here with the camera so I can see what's happening. So that's what we're going to be doing. So let me do that. Let's start set time 70, 21, 55. Oh, and crap, I was going to, actually I wanted to start these ones. Turn this on, get a little bit of light. We have this one. And this one, of course, just to have a little bit of light. That has to look a little bit cooler at least. And yes, they should be starting here. See where they're coming from. Now let's see if they're
A few moments later.
Okay, we are back here. The game actually crashed, and I've had that problem before when I'm in mountain bases for some reason. It's probably because there's so many pathing options because of all the blocks that are around the base. So let's try this again, 58. Let's see if we can actually get this started without things crashing. It basically tends to happen when the pathing, the zombies are spawning on top. And here they are spawning here. All right, maybe it's better this time. Seems to be. Nothing is freezing. All right, that's good. That's good. It seems to be happening once in a while, depending on how they're pathing it, depending on where they're spawn. Oh, you see his spawn literally here. Interesting. Is it literally spawning outside? This is pretty good, actually. Which means the distance is pretty good for the spawn. It seems to be sort of a circle here, or maybe out up there. And oh, there's a lot of them coming in here. All right, so you see they're coming in here. Some of them getting in here, a lot of them are getting in here, and this is where the main killing should be doing. There'll be some regular zombies dying here, and most would be here. So let me actually get out of the, like here. Yes, let's shoot them in the head. The nice thing about this setup is that they will be sort of soften up as they get here. And then they come here and they might get hit by the blade trap. But if not, at least they'll be stunned, which is really good for these big ones because it's much easier to shoot them in the head. And even if it's not the big ones, I say him, big one, shoot him, big one. Oh yeah, take him out, take him out, take him out, take him out. See, they're looking at me. Oh, that looks so creepy. Okay, let's see how this one is. Okay, so if they stop there like that one did, oh, it's really creepy that where their head is sort of turned towards me. Creepy. Creepy to the max. What is... Okay, something... A lot of demolishers, actually. I'm glad the blade traps no longer set off the demolisher, because that would really suck here. Alright, we're having some dogs. Actually, it's not too bad damage to the blade traps. It's comparably light, actually. Which is actually pretty nice. And they're like, oh, I see Vedui there. Let's have a look at him. Dude, it's so creepy. Stop staring at me. It makes it really good because you can actually shoot them straight in the face and between the eyes. A lot of... So see the regular ones, they have a tendency to die as they come in here. The rated ones survive because they have more hit points. And of course, cops and demolisher because they have a lot more hit points. And there he died. Here's a regular one. Maybe it was feral. Let me see. Let me do this. I'm going to move slightly out again. Let's get out of my body just to have a look at what's happening here. You see there, oh, this area, there's a lot of them dying. But everything else will be melting here because a combination of the dart traps with the blade traps is normally enough to kill a lot of the zombies. Now there's a little bit of random damage on this one. It's not too bad. I think it's when this area gets too chock-a-block and they decide that, hey, I want to get in through here. It doesn't matter as much. Oh, that was definitely the demolisher getting that in the head. Yeah, you see that one took more reflected damage. Here, again, we have some dying. Especially the regular ones that can take, and maybe some of the feral ones that have a little bit less hit points. See, out of these ones, a lot of them survived. Yeah, you see, most of them survived because they have a little bit more hit points. The cops and the radiated ones. And of course, if they come in a bunch, if a bunch of them coming, you see this one is using up 200 each. But the spawning is good. The spawning is really good, actually. It doesn't take too long for them to get in here, especially if they spawn around this area in the front. So that's pretty good. That's exactly what we want. I should have probably put in some lantern. Let's do that. We have a little bit of time. Let's do that so we can see a little bit better. Let's drop that one here. Now, one downside is I can't actually loot anything, so I end up with a lot of loot here that I can't grab, and that is one of the... Oh, interesting. So, that cop, and that's something that I, because I'm out here, I'm not actually repairing. I was expecting that there would be potentially some blow-ups here, and because I haven't been repairing the blade trap actually got taken out. Not actually too bad. Let's see, I believe I should be able to repair or reset that one if I had a blade trap. Let's assume I had some blade traps here. Like that. And we'll do... Where is this one? Like that. Okay, so... Can I get in here? I can. If I... Oh yeah. Perfect. So I can do that. So that was another reason why I wanted to do like this. I wanted to do such that if something blew up, like happened there, that I would be able to actually just simply reset it, put it back, and we'd be good to go if I forget to repair it. Of course, it's better if you don't forget to repair it, obviously. But if you do something like that and you just keep on repairing when there's any issues, then they should be lasting a lot longer. And we are now 2 hours in. I can even repair this block back here because you have got such a long range with the repair gun, the nail gun. And actually interesting, I haven't seen any of the cops come in here and vomit. Oh, there he might be. Yeah, no, he might be. These ones are good as long as you shoot them in the head and don't trigger the demolisher pack. It's fine, and he is all, well, he's not alright, he's dead. Almost dead, rather. Standing up, and there he got killed. Take them out. I am using the AP ammo because that one has a little bit more penetration now because of the armor penetration. Now that they fixed that one, it does degrade your weapon a little bit more. See, I could get a little bit of this loot, just that I can't step in too far. So you end up with tons of loot here, unfortunately, that I can't get. But I do have some cool upgrades that I am thinking about that would allow me to actually go and loot all of this stuff. Because that's one of the things that I always want to have when okay, he's really stuck there. When I'm making these kill chambers, I ultimately want to have some way where I can actually loot it, because I hate to see all this loot go to waste. So I could get the ones that are nearest, like here. I don't think I can get... No, the stuff that is further away, I can't get it. And most of the loot would be here. There would be probably... let's see. There would be some here. Probably very little here. Potentially here. But most of them would be dying in this area, or, as you see, in this area. And as I crank up the amount of concurrent zombies, you obviously end up with a lot more zombie loot bags as well. And you imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're probably already starting to despawn. And now my game is freezing again. Probably what happened is that yep, it's freezing again, as you see. Probably the wave ended, and now there's a new wave that is coming in. The game is going, whoa, let me recalculate all the placement and all the pathing from that placement as well, and it doesn't work very well. Have you had any problems like this? I know some people in the past have highlighted that they had some of these issues. I tend to run across this the higher concurrent zombie count that I have, especially when I'm having mountain bases, which is a big pity because I love mountain bases. I love having them, but obviously I don't love having these. Okay, you see now it came back. So the game is still running.
A few moments later.
Alright, we're back here. I had to kill the game and basically get back into it, and things seem to be okay here. I do have that bug where dart traps are actually firing continually, which is fairly annoying. I don't know if that's actually related to... You see, they're shooting continually. I did try to turn it off. Have you tried turning off and on again? Yes, I have. See, they're still shooting even though there's actually nothing that is triggering any of these ones. I'm not really sure what that is due to. I have seen it in the past. Let's see, can I... Ooh, I can't really... Let's do this. And let's see if I can re-enable this one. That makes any difference to that one. Like that. Now still shooting continually. It means that I'm wasting a lot of the darts, which is a little bit frustrating. Let's see if I can do it here. I've seen this happen in the past where... let's do that. Let's do enable that again. Okay. See if that makes any difference. It's like the tripwire is continually being triggered even though there's nothing there. Like now, there shouldn't be anything that is triggering all of them necessarily, but they are. As long as there's a lot of zombies here, it doesn't really matter. Okay, can I repair that one? Yep, that one is taking some damage. go have a look at this one. This one doesn't take much damage at all because mostly it's this blade trap that is being triggered, or rather that is being accessed. I did make so that I can throw in some grenades as well, like that. I don't have that many zombies actually that are showing up, as you notice. I mean, there's like a few. So having this one, I mean, oh, okay. No water. Fine, we're all on fire. Okay, I have to be a little bit careful of how to toss these ones. Simply, I wonder if I could have, if I remove this one, let's try something very quickly. Let's see if I take out this one. How does that affect the pathing? Oh, it doesn't affect the pathing at all. Okay, so this might be a better way of doing it, because it makes it a lot easier to basically just dump in grenades and Molotovs here. Because you can do something like this, and anything that runs past this one will be set on fire. Now, part of the problem is that I'm actually not getting tons of them coming in here. There's some, obviously, but they're coming sort of spread out. So it's not like there's a huge group of them, but I'm going to be running this... I'm going to be running this base through 64 concurrent as well. This is just 24. See that? This is just 24, which is alright. Okay, now... Okay, so these ones have fixed, actually, when I disconnect them and reconnected them again. But I'm going to be running this base through a max game stage that I can get, day 7000, which will probably give me a game stage of, well, be more than that. And, oh, they're all on fire, which is nice. And the 64 concurrent, which might cause issues with the AI pathing again. But it means that you're going to have a lot more zombies that are going to be in this kill area. Ooh. Have to be a little bit careful when you're shooting here, because if you get a demolisher that come around, he will be exploding right in the wrong direction, or wrong time rather, because some of the minor zombies like that one is the height of the demolisher button, so you should probably try to not shoot them here, wait until they get to here. Yeah, they're at least standing still anyway, so it's pretty easy to get them, like this one, like that. And then let's have a look at... No, we can do that. And set them on fire. So this is working, I mean, I would say amazingly well. I mean, but that's, you know, I am kind of biased, I suppose. I suppose I am. Let's put in a grenade there. And let's have a look here. Let's see how... This one hasn't taken any reflected damage. Oh yeah, see, this one needs to be repaired. And this one, no. Actually, they're not even running out of the darts, which means that it's been pretty well spread out between what traps and everything that is killing them. You know, it's being some of the dart traps, some of the blade traps, and I guess just the fact that there's so many of them. And if you want to use that, I'm using the shotgun slugs here. The shotgun slugs is really powerful as well at this range, because it's close enough that you can get really good headshot, and it'll just take out most of them in one go, which deals something like 181 per shot versus just this one, which is just 77. So this is really powerful. Just make sure you don't use the buckshot and set off a demolisher. Like that. Oh, look at my experience. 132,000 experience. But of course, that is because I have advanced enduring to 5. But you could imagine having a group of people. This, with 24 concurrent, it's equivalent to having 3 players with standard settings. 8. Oh, look at all these loot bags. 8 concurrent per player times 3, which is 24. So that's roughly how many zombies I'm getting here. And sometimes you do get these ones stuck here. See if I can shoot him in the head. Yep, he's dead. I mean, this is not too bad. The thing with when you're having 24 concurrent or less is that the amount of zombies that make it up here is not that high. You know, some of them make it over here, but I don't think anyone has made it up. Oh, he's probably the first one that has ever died there, because it's so rare. So let's go out of... oh, I am not even in my debug mode here. Let's do that. Let's see what's happening here. All this loot that is going to waste. A lot of loot here as well. See that coming in here. I think they're coming from the... Yeah, they're coming from the left side, which is alright. I prefer them if they come from here because it's a bit faster. If they spawn up here, because it's the distance, they'll be like 50 blocks out, which is around there. But then they have to make their way down, and then they have to make their way in. If they spawn 50 blocks from me in the front, it would make them a lot faster to run in. But look kind of cool with the way they come down the slope here. But now they're coming from this side, and there's a little bit of cosmetic damage on this side, especially because they sort of get in here and then they start bashing a little bit here. But there's definitely nothing structural. This one has taken a little bit. The corners sometimes take damage simply because I probably should have made them the ramp to sort of face them in there a little bit. That probably would have been better. That's what I've done here. I basically tried to make the ramp so they sort of smoothly come in. Sharp corners can be an issue. And here the small them. So this is basically what I wanted to have. We have another half hour, so which is not too bad. I wanted to have it like this so I can sort of see if something is coming. And you notice I have the bulletproof glass so they actually don't destroy it. And then I have the doors, which basically means there's no vision. And I have another row of the bulletproof glass so that, you know, that nothing destroys them from this side. Ooh, that took out our head. This one, a little bit. See, this one, a little bit. Not too bad. Oh, he made it in. It's because he's so small. But it doesn't save him. See, this is a really nice trick. Gives you a very good view in. Do I have my sniper? Let's do that. See, then I have my sniper. Now you can look a lot better if you want to see more what's happening in the back. You see some of the regular zombies that are dying there. But it gives me a good way just to see what's coming in. And if something is quiet here, I can sort of see that as well. It's like, is it because the wave is over? Is it because they're just haven't spawned in yet? Or, you know, have a look at that. Oh, reload. I shoot him in the head and he dies. Oh, another one. I shoot him as well in the head. I mean, I have this one just so I can open it up and block off. It doesn't look like I'm going to need it. Actually, removing this block seems to be really helpful because that allows you to just dump some through here much easier. Something that can be a little bit tough otherwise. Oh, look at all that fire. And there we go. Last one should be coming in. You see the last ones are coming in here. They have spawned in. And again, I can have a look and see what's coming because I have this way of reviewing outside. I think that's the last ones. And oh, he made it in almost. It? No. There might be a couple that are sort of just stragglers here. That might have been stuck. And he's dead. Oh, that was probably... Okay, so that one has stopped working. Come on, where are you? Okay, there's another one there. So the regular ones basically melt. Okay, I'm going to repair this one. And this one degraded as well. We're going to look at... Well, let's have a look at where things are. I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn off these ones, obviously. Let's have a look. So minimal damage to the blocks here. I mean, there's a little bit, but this is not much. The blade traps in here, pretty much nothing. There's been a little bit on these ones, and obviously this one got blown up by the cop. A lot of loot here, and a lot of it has actually despawned, unfortunately. A little bit of damage here, which is probably because of the explosion as well. Like you see here, like a lot of this is explosion damage. The dart traps have actually, this is 24 concurrent, so it actually doesn't even use up all of them. During a 64 concurrent, probably that will be an issue. I can restock them from inside, so I'm not terribly concerned about it. Here, oh, that's probably the let's take that out. That's the lamp that I put in. A lot of loot here as well, and these ones have used about the same amount as less. Oh, that's interesting. Which means that this one, oh, probably because they come here and then they sort of cross over like this, which means more of the time they're on the outside. Okay, that's interesting. I could put in an electric fence here. If I really, actually, I might even have one that I might have disabled. But so these ones, hardly any. I know they had used up a few last time as well, but hardly any. So that's a little bit, but I didn't see any. Actually, I didn't see any Hawaiians at all. Did anyone see any Hawaiians during the whole Horde? Or maybe they're not even included in the Horde. That's really interesting. Let's look at these ones. Oh, these ones used up a lot of the darts as well. So the problem with these ones, I cannot replenish these ones during the middle of the Horde. So when these ones run out, which they will, if you're having a 64 concurrent, that's it. None of them will be taking damage here, and that will reduce the damage output, which means there'll be more pressure over here, and especially the pressure over here will be a lot more intense as a result of these ones degrading, which I think is okay. That's the reason why I'm having multiple layers of them, so that if something happens here, then at least there's a bunch of dart traps here, and especially here, because this is where I want to kill them. I want more of them to die here so that I can fix this into a loot chamber in a future video, so that I can actually get all this delicious loot, because it's not, I mean, it's not that the loot is super useful all the time, but it's nice to get it. I really hate to miss the loot, because there'll be a lot of ammo and everything, and I used up I don't think I even used up a whole stack of ammo here. And all this loot probably would have given me more ammo than I used. And that's a good outcome. You probably will get, if you're lucky, you'll end up getting some steel and some other resources that will help you just to replenish after the battle. And let's come out here and let's see what's a little bit of damage. Nothing too bad. I know some random here. This one, for some reason, seems to take a lot of damage. It doesn't really matter that much because if I do this, if I take this one out, they could get in here, but I could always very easily put in another row of blocks here that would basically, even if they come in here, so I could basically do something like this, right? If I do that, then even if this one gets taken out, it doesn't really matter, and I could do the same on that side, which I probably should do before a 64 Horde, because that avoids the zombies coming in behind, because that could potentially cause an issue. Otherwise, if they come in here, they will be destroying things here, which is not necessarily what you want to do. I was also thinking about putting like one of these ones as an arrow slit, so I can actually reach in to replenish here. But I haven't quite decided. That it's just a thought that I had as I was building this one. So I think overall this works super well. I think I have more problems with the AI pathing destroying me than the zombies, because I accidentally upgraded some of these ones to steel, unfortunately. But beyond the AI sort of conking out, I didn't really see any issues at all. I mean, this one worked just so well. Just the way I wanted it. Now, if we only could have some CCTVs out here, so you could put a camera to sort of see things coming in, running here, that would be cool. I know there are some mods out there. I know Sith has made a mod like that. I think Kane made one for Darkness Falls. That would be really cool, because then you could have put a camera here that basically looks this way. And you could have a view of all the things that are rushing into your base. But what do you think? How do you think this one fared for at least 24 concurrent? But the game stage is kind of high at 439. Of course, mostly because my level here. And of course, I'm at around day 70 here. And I had a discussion on Reddit the other day about the day count doesn't actually matter. So let me see. I set it to day 19. Let's check. My game state has gone down. And if I then go back and I set it to 71, we'll see my game stage has gone up. So the day count does matter. It really shouldn't, because it should be the days alive, but the day count actually does matter. Increase the day count and game stage will go up as well. I think it's got to do with, there might be some maxing of the game stage or the days alive depending on which day count it is in the game. Don't know, but it does seem to matter. So two things are going to happen. One, I will be running this through and I'll be making some upgrades to day 7000 max game stage and 64 concurrent zombies if the system can handle it. If I don't get all these dumb freezes, I'm going to be doing that. And I'm also going to be looking at how can I turn this into a looting base so that I can get all this cool loot without missing it. And I'm gonna have to make some changes. I have some ideas of what I want to do, and part of the design in here is actually to sort of preempt making this a lootable chamber. So I will not just kill them, but I'll be able to loot all this stuff. So stay tuned for that as well. But give me your comments of this space in the discussion section below. And of course, make sure you like and subscribe and follow and, well, everything. See you next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the Vedui community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.